Flippity flop.
What is up, my friends? Figured I'd do a quick little video for the weekend. I hope everyone out there is doing okay. But just a couple of things I wanted to talk about, so I figured I'd just skip the camera and talk about it, pump the video out there. I found this really cool guy on Twitter that creates his own dust sleeves, custom logos, and he even does artwork related to the game. Like if you wanted to get like a Super Mario Brothers dust sleeve, he can create this entire Super Mario Brothers artwork on a sleeve and bring it, mail it to you. He does it as a hobby, and so he's not looking to make a lot of money off it. But he's just phenomenal. He's making me about 25 dust sleeves with my custom logo on it, and I figured he was just going to take my logo, slap it on a sleeve, and put some font on there and mail them to me. But no, last night he sent me a tweet or a private message on Twitter. He totally took this logo and he drew it from scratch. And let me tell you, he just blew me away. I couldn't believe, when he just took my generic smiley face and made it an amazing logo for the channel. And he's doing the dust sleeves. So what I want to do is I want to give some dust sleeves away to my viewers. So I figured the best way to do that is what I'm gonna do is, in the coming weeks, I'm gonna do another video, follow up, and I'll show the logos once I get the sleeves. I'm gonna give away I want to give some sleeves away to 3 winners. And all you have to do, well, you don't have to do anything. I mean, you just comment on my videos. What I'm gonna do is, since this channel's been up for about a year now, I've had a lot of loyal, subscribers from day one that, watching my content, commenting and just supporting me in such amazing ways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give 3 viewers of mine 2 dust sleeves each, and in order to win, you just had to receive the most hearts by me over the last year. So, and believe it or not, there's about 15 or 20 subscribers of mine that are like really close, neck to neck. There's one guy, and I'm sure you may all know who he is, that has got like over 60 hearts given by me. So he's like a clear winner. And then there's 2 more slots with a lot of supporters that have known me from the beginning, and you guys know who you are. So it's a really close race. I want to give dust sleeves out to 3 people, but I'm going to keep doing it over. I want to keep giving out more stuff as the channel grows, and gets bigger. I'll give more stuff away. But I think these logos, I think these dust sleeves are just beautiful, and I just want to share them. So that's first thing. Second thing I wanted to talk about is Streets of Rage 4. So I found out, a bunch of friends, let me know on it. Sometimes I find out this news so late, days after. I don't even know, whatever. This is a hobby channel for me, so I'm not always just like stalking the video game news. I don't have to do this for a living, thank God. But a couple guys reached out to me and told me that Streets of Rage 4 is coming out September 30th. That's the official release date, and I'm super excited, especially after the last video I made about it. We found out more, that 17 characters are going to be included, including the original, digital pixelated characters. And so I'm gonna probably, I'm gonna get it on day one, and I'm gonna do it like a review on it, or I'll just live stream it and just play through the whole thing. I don't know. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do about that. And last but not least, I just recently did a review on the Neo Geo Mini, and I claimed it to be my favorite of all the minis. And I have all of the minis to compare it to, except I don't have the Intellivision Mini, and I don't have the TurboGrafx 16 Mini yet, because with the whole pandemic, pre-orders have been pushed back till December, and unless you order it from Japan, which I'm not going to do, I'll just wait. So that's why I don't have my TurboGrafx 16 yet. So I couldn't compare. I claim this to be the best of all of them. And it's just, it comes down to your personal opinion. This is what I think is best. I have the Super Nintendo Mini, the NES Mini. I didn't get the Sega Genesis Mini, but I have the only reason why I didn't get the Sega Genesis Mini is because I have all 42 of those games that are included. So I figured, why waste money on that? But it does have its own problems. Like they don't give you a 6-button controller, and they give you a Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. What are you supposed to do? You have to go out and buy another controller. Now I was a little surprised with Metal Jesus Rock's top 7 mini, rankings. He didn't include Atari Flashback. He didn't include the Intellivision Flashback. And But he put the Neo Geo Mini in sixth place out of 7, and with 7 being the PlayStation 1 Classic, which is like no surprise. A lot of people were disappointed with that. I was too. However, like he even showed the True Blue mini packs. There's a lot of aftermarket support for the PlayStation Classic, and there's a total. If you like brand name products, the True Blue Mini brand, they pump out. There's 5 flash drives available for the PS1 Mini. I got 4 of them. There's one more I need to get, and each flash drive is loaded with at least 70 or 80 games, and they're all like genre specific. So like there's a Fire Pack which has I think it has like 50 to 60. I can't remember exactly. Fighting games from the PS1 era. It's so convenient. You have each pack. It has a generalization of certain types of games, and it's really easy to plug in and go and play with. So I love my PS1 Mini. It's just that bare bones, it's terrible. You just have to mod it. He put the Neo Geo Mini 6th, and I was just puzzled that he put the Commodore 64 Mini before this. Now the Commodore 64, a lot of people probably aren't familiar with it. It was like a gaming computer in the early 80s. It had the type of gaming power equivalent to like the Atari 7800, slightly better than the 2600, but I don't think it was as good as the NES. In my opinion, a lot of these minis, some of these minis especially, like the Commodore 64 Mini, those games don't stand the test of time. I'm talking about like replay value. I mean, actually, you buy it not just to collect it, but if you buy it to play it, some of those games with these systems aren't very, they haven't aged very well. And that's why I placed this up really high, because, back in the 90s when SNK was pumping out these beautiful arcade games, and the Neo Geo home console back in the 90s, that console was selling for $600. Each cartridge was going for about $200 a cartridge, and it shows in the quality of the games, So I feel like, fast forward to 2020, those games that were made in the 90s, they stand up really well today, in my opinion. But I get where he put, the Super Nintendo Mini, in first place. How can you go wrong? You have those classic first-party Nintendo games. Second to none. But I would have placed the Neo Geo Mini ahead of the Sega Genesis, probably ahead of the TurboGrafx 16. Although I'm really looking forward to mine, and definitely the Commodore 64. And I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there. This is a fantastic little machine. The reason why I place it so highly is because it's portable too, and every single game is 2 players. Every game, where a lot of the Super Nintendo mini games, the Genesis games, they're 1-player experiences. They give you the 2 controllers. You plug them in here, and every game has that arcade style co-op. Every game. So, and you combine that, and he mentioned it has no battery, but if you're really into the machine, which I am, I've been playing this thing almost every day since I bought it, and I've had it since December of 2019, and we're in April now of 2020. I never thought I'd be playing this thing that much. I thought eventually, I'd play a little bit and then it'd wind up on the shelf, but no, this thing is so much fun. And I mentioned in my video, you get yourself a cheap battery backup, plug that in there, and then you can just take it wherever you want. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, the Metal Jesus Rocks video was pretty interesting. Inevitably, it's just going to come down to your personal experiences. We're all going to rank these mini consoles differently, depending on what's nostalgic to you and what you enjoy playing. For me, like the arcades was such an amazing experience. And if you're too young, you never experienced that. And this can capture some of that magic. I don't know. I say get all the minis. None of them are bad. But I figured I'd just throw in my 2 cents with the mini consoles. So yeah, that's all I really got. Going forward with the channel, I have a bunch of videos that I want to get out before Streets of Rage 4 comes out. I have on April 24th, I'm probably going to live stream Predator if I get it in the mail. And next May, I'm doing Maneater, which is a Jaws game where you actually swim. You're playing as the shark, and your goal is to just hunt and kill and eat people, and you have to watch out because the people have weapons and they try and kill you. It seems really cool. I don't know. I pre-ordered that, and of course, Streets of Rage 4 coming up next week. I'm really excited for that. And I did a Star Fox No Death run. So I'm gonna probably pump out that video soon with some commentaries, some storytelling to go along with it. And I'm working on doing Streets of Rage 2, Street Fighter in Streets of Rage 2. I got that video out there. 8 Street Fighter characters in the Streets of Rage 2 game, which is a lot of fun. And I figured it's going to be probably like an hour video, so I'm going to tell a story while we're playing through the game with all the characters. It's got Ryu, Ken, Guile, Dhalsim, Balrog's in it, Vega's in it, Bison's in it. 8 characters. So I figured that while that video is airing, I'm going to I'll share some boot camp stories from the Marine Corps. It was always fun stories to share. So yeah, that's it. It's Saturday morning for me here. I'm going to probably pump this video out by the end of the day. And I hope you guys are all doing well. And we'll see you soon. See you on the next one. Peace!